Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a great episode of What's the Ellie?
It's the Ele in the Room.
What's the Ellie, my people?
It's the Ele.
So awesome to see everybody again from a digital standpoint. It's been a little second,
Yeah.
but as always, man, we're so happy to see everybody, and we hope everybody's doing well. We know that, of course, we're still going through this crazy time in history, but we're marching along the best that we can, and our hearts are going out to individuals that's not doing too well because of different losses, maybe different things that they are going through firsthand with this issue, man. We definitely don't want to forget those individuals.
That's real.
But we're happy to be here. We're happy to have an opportunity to talk with you guys again, because every time we come together, we're trying to level up, and we all need each other, man. It's a main statement here around the Endless Corners program. And so we like to welcome you guys back to another great episode. My name is Jay from Around the Way, and you are?
Lady A.
That's Lady A. All right. And as always, man, we appreciate you guys when you chime in and give us your feedback on these different topics that we choose to discuss, because without your feedback, it's pretty one-sided. And we want everybody to chime in on how they're feeling, because this is how we adapt. This is how we evolve.
Yeah, and it's
as a
about
people.
discussing these things and putting it out there, getting it on the table and addressing it, not just quietly talking about it in the comforts of our home, but not addressing it.
Absolutely, not addressing it. So, this is a webisode that is going to be catering to something that is a touchy deal for all of us at some point of our life because of imperfection, whether we are in need of it from someone else or we need to show it to individuals. And so what is the name or the title, the topic for this webisode?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. With or without an apology. Got a little extra back there on the end.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you gotta consider both. As we grow in life, it's not so simple as he hit me, she hit me, I'm sorry. It's not that simple. Forgiveness gets deeper.
Yeah.
Gets deep. The
Yeah.
rabbit hole goes deep.
How are you, man? You guys, are you forgiven? You the forgiven type? Yeah, you scratching your head too, like lady. Well, we're going to try to get into that topic a little bit, and we're going to take a little bit more time than we usually take. Not by much, but by an additional 10 to 12 minutes, just to try to get a little bit more detailed into our topics, because the 30 minutes was just flying by so fast.
Yeah.
And we wanted to take a little bit more time to talk to individuals. And if you stay around, you have an opportunity to win some stuff. All right, so we hope we have some winners with that regard. But now let's start off with the topic of forgiveness. I think it's important to review the definition that is given about forgiveness to see exactly how the foundation should be laid for our conversation. And can you, lady, read that definition for forgiveness?
I sure can. The definition given by the Oxford Dictionary for the word forgiveness is the action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. Psychologists, I always get into that part, right? Psychologists generally define forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserve your forgiveness.
It's pretty deep, right?
Yeah.
What you think about that definition, lady? What do you think about that?
Well, I understand well what the definition of forgiveness is. I think the difficult part is forgiving people, whether they are repentant of what they did to you or not.
Okay.
Because some people got that, I said what I said, and I did what I did, and I meant it. And boom, right? It's right there in your face, and so you have to understand what's really going on inside of the mind of a person who thinks like that.
Yes, absolutely. That's very important. We're going to talk more about that, about the mind, and that's basically what it comes down to, because forgiveness with some people is, if I said I'm sorry, then we should be back chilling by the night. I should be able to come right to your house right now, and we should be right back how we was.
Or you acting funny
before the incident, or you didn't truly forgive me.
Right.
And that's not always the case, and that's not always fair to say.
It's intrusive.
Yeah.
Because not only are you expecting your apology to be forgiven, you are putting a time limit on how quickly someone is supposed to embrace you after you did something that caused you the need to apologize.
Hurry up. I said I'm sorry before I take it back.
No. Since you ain't going to act right.
You ain't going to use it.
I'm taking my apology back. I ain't say nothing.
Right. And some of this stuff comes down to, again, culture. Even in my family line, I've heard of individuals that have never uttered the words "I love you." They haven't uttered those words, but they showed it.
True.
So they've showed they were sorry. They made some kind of whatever, angry response or action, and they didn't say, "I'm sorry, please forgive me," but they tried to buy you something. Or,
try to be nice to you.
Yeah, try to extra be nice to you. And so, when we're talking about forgiveness, we're trying to include every aspect of forgiveness, because who's to say what level of forgiveness is truly forgiveness or not? Especially in that regard, when there's an individual that can perhaps have a hard time with opening their mouth to say, "Listen, I apologize. I crossed you. I did something that I shouldn't have done, and I apologize for that sincerely. I'm sorry." There are certain individuals that just cannot say those words.
They can.
Of course they can, but it's just they have such a tight conditioning.
That's the pride.
Not to say it. Yeah, we're going to do that we're going to have an Ellie on pride.
And pride fits into forgiveness as well, so
Absolutely.
That's why I had something mentioned with it as well as we go.
Yeah, absolutely. And because you got, again, these are family members, man. These are individuals. These are a lot of times from the baby boomer generation that will have a hard time sometime, especially saying they're sorry to perhaps someone who they feel is younger than them. You got different layers of forgiveness that is out here that needs to be discussed, because some is, like you said, sincere, and others not sincere.
And I'm not the Lord. I can't read hearts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I need people to be vocal, and I need people to demonstrate.
Because it can mean your life. It can mean your life, not just from living, but just also from a financial standpoint. Certain individuals come around doing certain things, causing issues. Yeah, it costs you money and time, and you can't get that back. And at the end of the day, all they got to say for it is, "I'm sorry."
Right. Well, you should have been on your whatever, and you shouldn't let me throw you off. Yeah, people come around even throwing off your mindset that can mess up money.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I said I need, just like they can be vocal and mess stuff up, they need to be able to be big enough and vocal enough to fix stuff. Because you can't be bold enough to mess up, cause a mess, but you're not bold enough to clean up your mess. And to be honest, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that you just hellbound, as some people would say. We know what's behind that, but I just don't have room in my mental space and the amount of inner peace that I've built so far to have people around me that are like that are like, whatever, you know how I am. Sometimes I flip out, but it's all love. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to just not talk to me anymore.
Yeah, that's just how we do. That's just how I get down sometimes.
No, that's
sometimes
how
I'm
you
attitude.
do.
Yeah, that stuff.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that stuff can be a danger, man.
Yeah.
It messes with your mental.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, and sometimes you got individuals that come around, and even if they say that they're sorry about something, like just the sight of them sometimes can cause your stomach to hurt because you just don't really feel like the apology was necessarily sincere. Some people will apologize if they feel like it's more of a benefit for them to be on a team with you in some fashion. They feel like, hey, this person's making moves. They making moves. Yeah, exactly. So, like the old saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. But I always say I don't rock with those individuals because at any point that you feel like you can
beat me,
you may do that again because that was your mindset.
Let me see where I went wrong, where I didn't beat them last time.
Yeah, you're trying to eat with me or beat me. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is the program, and this is what needs to be identified, like you mentioned, the motives behind individuals' apologies. Right. Of course, for those individuals, and we never get too spiritual on the program because that's not what we're trying to do. But at the same time, we understand that we have a creator, and the individuals that care about those studies also understands that we see him many times for him, and there's going to be a time when we're going to be asking for forgiveness for things that we've done. So right off the bat, we should be quick and ready to forgive individuals that have erred because we know that we're going to do it. Right. We're doing it every day, even if it's just in our thoughts. Right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, just being very careful to make sure that we're not forgiving someone that's a snake or with ulterior motives. Right. And also making it easy on individuals that may not be able to formulate those words, but they're coming along. They seem to be really, that they're really cool people. We've seen certain episodes and stuff where people have come back and tried to apologize. Right. And they don't even bother, man. Yeah. They already knew what the person was like. They don't even bother.
When you can feel the energy when somebody is really sorry, it's in their eyes.
We don't got to explain it. Like, all right, this is what happened. Remember June 1980? Yeah. All of this stuff and rehashing feelings.
I'm not the type that extra need people to fall to their knees and please forgive me.
Of course not. We're dust. We're nothing. We're mere mortals.
Absolutely. My thing is just show me that you've learned your lesson. Mm-hmm. And some people might not even like to hear that, but my thing is if you did something so wrong to somebody that they felt the need to get away from you and you feel a need to apologize, then you need to show that you were really sorry and that you know where you went wrong and that we don't have to go there again because you learned that wasn't the right way to deal with that person that you're apologizing to.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we were talking about that too. Incorporated in forgiveness is the quality of love, like real forgiveness. Mm-hmm. You can't really forgive a person if you don't have love for them. So if you really have true, genuine love for an individual, as like you mentioned, and this individual says, listen, you hurt me, you slight me by this and that. You may not have thought it was that serious from your angle, from where you was at in life. Right. But if that person expresses to you that they were bothered, they were hurt, they were injured by some stuff that you did, right, and you don't care or you continue to move forward, you can't say that you can't come and ask for forgiveness if you want a person to just roll over their feelings. Right. You have to care that person was hurt. Right. And if you care that person was hurt, you will make sure that you address that situation to make that person feel comfortable that you're not going to do that again. Right. Does that mean that from then on there's going to be perfection? No. There's never going to be a time when individuals are going to, perhaps be having a bad day. You catch them a certain look or certain, just things we go through as humans, man. Right. Frustrated on this treadmill. No, it doesn't mean that we're imperfect. Right. But on a whole, does this person care Not
Right.
walking on eggshells, because
Right.
you a thin skinned person,
Right.
and that's not, the thin skin thing is not a license to say, oh, you should have tough skin. I should be able to. It's not that. But it's not every little thing.
Right.
But don't go out of your way to try to irritate somebody. You know certain
Yeah.
people's buttons.
Yeah. Some
Certain
people are
know
button
buttons.
pressers.
Yeah.
And then when they press the wrong button and the person go off too much
Yeah.
or take it, as they would say, too far.
Get
Like
a little crazy.
You was pressing buttons.
Yeah.
Then when they flip off or flip you off or
And they sitting back there with the Bible, like, look at these demons.
yeah, and then you want to call somebody a demon. You
Yeah.
you shared the demon
You the
spirit, right? Some people can't even touch the Bible; they scared to. Like, I ain't touching that thing.
Absolutely, man. So we're talking about this forgiveness, and we all want forgiveness. We've all done something to somebody at some time in our life that we need forgiveness about.
Yeah.
So what's your motive, people, about forgiveness? And it's very serious, because a lot of things have been preventing people from moving forward.
Yes.
A lot of grudges.
Yes.
A lot of lack of communication.
Oh my God.
And we're getting older and moving on this treadmill of life, and we see it, but everybody's like stagnant or can place it where they are, because they feel like, well, at least I'm still waking up, or at least this hasn't happened to me yet. And it's never you till it's you.
Yeah.
That's what everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Until it's you.
So don't always get, oh yeah, it ain't
me right now.
And
I
it ain't
don't
your
like
turn
being
yet,
around
perhaps,
those kind
in
of
that
spirited
kind of
people
situation.
either. Like,
Yeah.
you're not my type of person if you think like that.
Mhm.
Not that you are an absolutely horrible person again, but it's just certain traits that I don't appreciate in human beings, and certain human beings with certain traits I prefer that they stay away from me. And I can still have love for them. I can still pray for them and wish them all of the good things if they deserve it. I feel like if everybody was truly happy and working for and getting the good things in life, then they wouldn't have time to be going around starting mess that they gotta apologize for. They would be so busy doing what they need to do to get their good things and enjoying their good things, the fruits of their labor, because that's all I'm about. So, like I was saying earlier, anybody that has a problem with me personally is like, for what? Because I'm always trying to spread good energy. And, like, if I have offended anyone, then in my younger, more hot-headed years, like, a lot of times I had to be bothered first. Like, something had to initiate. It doesn't make retaliation right, because vengeance belongs to him. But I've said things. I've made songs. People have sent me links to songs I don't even listen to anymore. So, I'm not completely free of guilt on anything. But I'm all about trying to rectify things as long as it can be peaceful. I need peace around me. If anybody's going to come to destroy my peace, then I have to forgive you at a distance. Like, you need to stay over there, somewhere away from me. Just stay away from me, because I am allergic to peace disturbers, and it makes the little crazy lady in my head go off.
Well, that's an honest statement. And it's difficult. It's very difficult to deal with individuals that you feel is coming with that negative energy.
Yeah.
Because it's negative energy all around us. Like, in between negative energy, you might see a little TikTok vid or something make you laugh,
Right.
But on the whole, there's just so much pressure from individuals having pressures in the world. You got your own pressures and stuff. You definitely don't need to be intentionally or deliberately around individuals that want to bring that negative energy and that unforgiving spirit. Yes.
Leads me to another point. A lot of people have to be forgiven because we are not grouped up enough. We're not united enough. So you
Group
like,
is
oh,
the
this
answer.
person got their own problems over there, so you don't know what's going on with them or why they acting funny
And
or
that's
why
how
they
it
face
always
round
been,
up.
baby. That's the
No,
way
it's
it's
not.
always been.
No, in your lifetime, yes, and
That's
in this
what's been what
country,
you've been
yes.
accepting.
It's not like that in every country you go
Absolutely.
in, and it hasn't been like that in every generation.
It's what you're accepting.
Yes, if we cared more about each other, it would be less stress on everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be less to forgive people for.
Yeah, a lot of stuff would clear itself up if we were to group up.
Yeah,
You know, we've been dividing and wanting to look at each other and peek at each other from, behind the shades and see.
I need
see
to look
everybody.
good over here.
Yeah, I gotta
They
try to
need
look
to look good over there.
That stuff is weak.
Yeah,
It's weak. It's underpowered. We've been seeing story after story that's been highlighting that. Before we get too far gone with our program, guys, we want to take this opportunity out to, first of all, thank you guys for hanging out with us, because we definitely appreciate it.
yes.
And we want to also let you guys know about the new products that we have moving on endlesscorners.com. Got some new products up from the Daydream Justice collection. If you guys haven't checked it out, some nice man bracelets and young man bracelets, man. Very durable, high quality, as always, is the standard here at Endless Corners. I've put these through the test and been out in the field with them, man, moving around. So give it a check when you have an opportunity. And now, because you guys stayed around for this amount of time, you have an opportunity to win a prize. This is our giveaway time.
Oh, giveaway time. Oh, giveaway time.
Y'all with me? Go ahead and rock with me for a minute. I ain't gonna rush past it this time. See? Gotta lean your shoulders in a little.
Like this.
All right, man, it's giveaway time. All right, this is just a little something that we put together for individuals that sticks around with us, and this is what you have to do. It's very simple. First, you're going to post one item from the Lady Anne collection on the endlesscorners.com site. All right, so you can go to endlesscorners.com, look up the Lady Anne collection, pick one piece that you like, and post it to your page. Then you're going to grab one item from the Daydream Justice collection.
And it's by a kidpreneur.
Yes.
So you are supporting, a young gentleman that is getting his feet wet in entrepreneurship at 10 years old.
Absolutely, man. Let's support that.
Yes.
It's very important to get our young people on point as much as possible, give them some other hope and opportunities to win. So post one item from the Daydream Justice collection, and then you guys are going to tag us. All right, so that's only 3 things that you guys are going to have to do today. 3 things.
Post one thing from the Lady Anne collection that's on the endlesscorners.com site, and one thing from the Daydream Justice collection that's on the endlesscorners.com website, and then tag the elephant in the room, the Ele in the Room. Tag us.
And the first 2 people to do that will win a ECT bundle set.
Yes.
All right, the ECT bundle set, man. If you guys aren't hip to it, man, we have so many different products that we put up. Yes, we have the red tube as well. Okay. And so this is the recipe. You can tell a little bit about the recipe if you guys haven't checked it out.
The recipe is a tea formulated for the respiratory system, hence its name. It has a couple of herbs that just helps with your respiratory system, your sinuses or your lungs, or all of that stuff, all of the yucky stuff going on in the air. It's good to build up your immune system and your respiratory system.
Absolutely. And so we got the Mully Biscuits. We have the Repro Health Tea. All right, by EC. And again, you guys will get the sample tube. So this is the sample tube that you get with the teas. All right, along with that, don't forget the sea moss as well, man. Okay. We got the great sea moss packages out there. Make sure you guys get that sea moss in you.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Vitamins A, B, C, D, E, G, K. And it has your
Sound like we gonna say
calcium.
the whole alphabet.
Right. It has over 90 minerals. It has your calcium, your zinc, your magnesium.
We need to have it.
Yes.
And we don't get it all year because the sun is usually missing. So that vitamin D
side.
and those other things is missing. So, all right, you guys win a tea bundle set. Now, along with that, with you two winners, you'll also win a $50 Apple gift card.
Nice.
All right, so that goes along with both of those wins. We hope to have two winners, all right? And you guys have 24 hours
20.
from the drop of this video on its original Ele in the Room in order to win, all right? So be sure to check it out, man, because we want you guys to definitely benefit from these goodies. Okay? All right, man. It's giveaway time. Let's move it. Let's move it and move it.
All right.
All right. So we were talking about forgiveness.
Yes.
And we were talking about the problems with it. First, we talked about the definition of forgiveness, what it is. Talking about the differences in people. Some people want you to let stuff go, you know, and it's not being fair. You know, we've kind of ripped through it a little bit on the problem end. Let's talk a little bit about the solution end for individuals that say, listen, I've been having a hard time. I really want to get to this forgiveness thing. I understand that it's important. I've been missing out on some stuff. What advice can we offer individuals that want to take that next step with forgiveness? I appreciate you talking about from a personal standpoint too, reaching out to individuals, understanding that you were youthful and saying some things, doing some things. We all did it.
Yeah.
We all did it. And so it's not one-sided, but what advice?
I believe in self-assessment. I look so deep at myself, you know, and trying to figure out what are the things inside of me that I need to work on. Even if it's with dealing with people that haven't done self-assessment and learned how they need to realign their actions or the way that they talk.
Because that's a struggle.
It is.
Because you could work on yourself.
Yeah, but other people aren't. It's just like my granddad used to say, it's not about you being a good driver. It's about everybody else out there on the road.
So you get rear-ended.
Yeah,
like, man, I was driving. I was stopped at the red light.
I was driving good. I was following the rules.
I just got that bumper.
Yeah. And so it's like that when dealing with people. It's like you out here driving and all these other people driving around however they drive with their mentalities, you know, metaphorically speaking. People can just sideswipe you and flip you over and ram you, you know, and so it's not about, even if you do forgive, it's not about being stupid. You know, even psychologists talk about that. The forgiveness is for you. It's not always necessarily about the person who offended you, because you don't want to be so offended that it slows your life down. And because I really have, people think I'm doing a lot. I have slowed myself down, pondering over the many things that was said and done that was offensive to me, trying to figure out where I went wrong in the play or whatnot. And those people 9 times out of 10 wasn't doing the same thing. They living their life, having a good time. I'm stressing, not eating, picking my edges, pacing the floor, and they partying. Hey, you know. And so it's a difficult thing having a good hurt, because everybody don't always appreciate a good hurt. They do, but they don't know how to value it.
Not initially until they need it.
Yeah.
In the clutch for some serious
Then you
issue
remember who had a good hurt.
Now you want that person. Yeah, absolutely.
But respect. I think that people also need to learn to respect boundaries. Some people do not like boundaries. And be careful of people who do not like boundaries, because they want to just run all over your life and their life and everybody else's life and do and say whatever they feel, and that's unhealthy. It's toxic. You know, and so you should be able to have some boundaries, and if people love you, they should respect your boundaries. It shouldn't be a pressure like, oh my God, I have to tell my mom or my whoever, abuelita, my titi, my tío, whoever, my uncle, aunties, whatever, my baba, my mama me, whatever you call them. You know, you should be able to have boundaries as an adult, especially if you're taking care of yourself. And it should be respected, especially if it's not something crazy or unreasonable. And they should be able to respect it, and it shouldn't be a pressure on you to even talk to them about it. Like your stomach is all queasy, or you're nervous, your hands or whatever shaking, because you need to tell these people that you care about how to respect you. You know, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you want to take those steps. I would say respect and boundaries, self-assessment first, like I said. Treating people the way that you want to be treated. A lot of times when you feed people the same food that they were feeding you, they think it's disgusting. Like, how dare you talk to me like that? How dare you do that? But they were feeding you that same thing, you know? And so a lot of people don't get the golden rule, treating people the way that you want to be treated. Also, expressing appreciation of someone's forgiveness. When someone forgives you, appreciate it and show that you appreciate it. And you don't have to kiss butt. That's not what I'm saying, you know, but just showing that you're not coming around to disrespect or violate them again. You appreciate being back in their company, and you want to remain there. And it's not weak to display that.
Absolutely.
You know, I think it takes great strength for someone to apologize for anything they did wrong. Not, I apologize for some of it. You know, apologize for anything that you did wrong that could have hurt somebody. And let them even sit on it if they have to, and not getting frustrated because they just not embracing you right away. You know, don't rush it. Sometimes people have to think. They have to work their way back into an environment that caused them great pain.
Yes, post-traumatic stress is like similar to being in a car accident.
Yes.
You know, we talked about that.
Yes.
Somebody get into a car accident, you know, how inconsiderate or insensitive it would be for you to say, you know, after a week or something, like, come on, man, you got to go and get back behind that wheel. You know what I'm saying? You got to just go. And especially if they had a loss in it, or they had it was tragic to them.
Right.
You got to chill. And, you know, in like fashion, our feelings are just like that, can be very damaged.
Yeah.
And it takes time from a mental standpoint to just want to get into a safe space to even deal with certain feelings that could perhaps come back up again, like a scab that gets peeled off. I think from a resolution standpoint with forgiveness, again, it's about the motive of individuals doing stuff. And did you grow?
Right.
Because if you really grew in life, then you would understand where you made the wrong turn. Or like you said, you made the wrong play. Right. Perhaps. Right. Because it was something said and you just in retaliation said something or did something. Like, oh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just taught you're taught to get even. Yeah. You know, a little bit in this world. The world's nature is
get mad, get even.
Yeah. And so, you know, to those individuals, listen, man, you know, it's been a setback for me as well as you and all others associated around us for us to be alive and not be interacting together to move forward. Right. Just like nature does. We talk about the ants and how they group up on a consistent. Right. We talk about the individual had a illustration he brought up about the red ants and how they congeal together to make a raft when there's like a lot of water, like over in Louisiana, they had the hurricane, and they had pictures of these ants making a raft basically out of themselves, just grouping up, man. Right. And they stayed in that raft like form until they reached dry land. Right now, man, we in rocky waters, everybody. So we needed to be congealed a long time ago, but it's still not too late as long as we have that real, honest, down-to-earth, true trait of forgiveness, and we're trying to move forward. Yes. Whether you're family, whether you're friends, whether you was just an associate and, you know, and passing in the past, it doesn't matter. You're a human being, and every human being that connects together can make giant steps for progress, because we're pieces of puzzles that we don't even know the pictures that we could be seeing if we connect it the correct way.
Yeah, it's like having a puzzle, but you got pieces spread around. You got pieces in that state, and that state, and kids get old enough, then they move to that city and that state, and then everybody just keeps spreading the pieces all around, and your puzzle is never complete for your family.
Absolutely.
It's like the saying, nobody wins when the family feuds, because you can win individually, but then you can look back and see there's not a collective winning.
So it really wasn't a true win. It was a small, temporary, short-sighted win.
Yeah.
Because in relation to family members, unless you're just going to be a cold-hearted individual and say, listen, I made it. Don't call me. Don't ask me for nothing. I'm not giving y'all nothing. I'm not helping out with anything. Unless you're going to be completely straight cold-hearted in that regard. And sometimes you have to do that, and it's not necessarily considered cold-hearted. Sometimes you have to just, put a cap on things that you can personally do. But, you have to just be very careful with who you forgive, why you're forgiving.
Man.
That motive of forgiveness, some, again, will do it for a financial benefit.
Yeah, some would do it just to show people, look, see, we made up.
Yeah, true, but it's not really genuine. Some want to get close to you, again, like that story of the snake. A sick snake that got healed by someone.
Got nursed back to health.
Got nursed back to health, and then the snake bit him one day, and the man's dying from the poison.
You knew I was a snake when you picked me up.
But he's like, hey, man, I nursed you. But it's like, yeah, you knew I was a snake. And so, can you identify these snake-like individuals?
It's difficult sometimes.
Yeah, because you can call it wrong sometimes. But a lot of times, real recognize real, man. That's a statement I really live by. You can only be fake for so long. An individual that has real good feelings and that's really about progress and whatnot, it's like evident in their moves. It's a part of them. You can see the pretenders a lot of times if you watch close enough. So that's my recommendation to individuals when you're thinking about forgiving individuals, whether it's a mother, whether it's a father, whether it's an auntie, whether it's friends or whatnot. Check the motives. Remember that you want to be forgiven. Remember that we all want to be forgiven, so don't be too hard on individuals. Try to see it from their angle the best way you can.
Right.
But at the same time, be careful.
Yes.
Because, we're not, feelings are very, very
all over
precious.
the place. Yes. The last thing I was going to mention, it was kind of swarmed up in everything that you said. But looking to heal and move forward with more understanding and consideration. So that's one thing I look at. Like, if somebody is coming around and they are apologetic, then I would be able to see that they are looking to heal and they are looking forward to moving forward with more understanding and more consideration for you, for everybody, for the situation, because I am a person that is about having good intentions towards all. I could not like the things that you've done, but on the whole, I try to use discernment and understand why people make decisions they make. It's a painful trait to have discernment, and you make excuses for people like, well, yeah, they had this situation growing up, and and it caused them to think like this, and yeah, their parents weren't around to guide them.
It's a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, and you make excuses for these people, so to speak, because you know why they think the way they think or make the decisions that they make. It's hard to be around short-sighted people, because short-sighted people, they don't see the bigger picture, and they'll make what some people will call dumb moves, or make a bad call because they're short-sighted. They're not looking down the road. It's just like when you start playing chess and you thinking about immediate moves, immediate jumps you can make, but an experienced chess player will sit and ponder and say, if I make that move, that's going to open up that lane, and that could potentially unlock that. And, you think further down the road.
5-6 moves ahead.
Yeah.
Depending on how good you are with it. But yes,
and so,
that's wisdom.
Yeah, it's like that with life. And everybody's not going to think like that. So sometimes just being around people who haven't stepped up their thought process or stepped up their vibrations, or maybe they aren't eating right. That's another thing. When people are not eating right, they're not going to make great decisions. They're not going to think fluently. You're going to have to remind them of a lot of things. They're going to have a lot of mental fog. It's science. It's not me saying
science. Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
yeah,
and so all of these things are things to consider with forgiveness.
Absolutely, man. The food thing is really on par.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people all the time, you get two individuals, they both got BMWs, right? So they both show you, they both show each other their BMW keys. But can they swap BMW keys and go on about their life and their vehicles work right? The keys look the same. They're identical. But no, we know that the information that's contained inside the chip of that key is different. It's specific to that specific vehicle. And so same way with foods out here, man. It's a lot of individuals that's eating some stuff and it's like, oh, it's food, it's food, it's
looks
food.
like it.
Yeah, it's looking like food, but it's telling your body something different and your body's not responding accordingly. Check those pH levels, man. Let's make sure that we're on our game with our cholesterol, like Lady mentioned. It's scientific. It's scientific. You can say, I don't even care about that stuff. Don't care about it. You're not going to get far in life. You're running off the wrong fuel. And we all need each other.
Yeah, some people don't care until the doctors tell them, hey, you got to change the way you eat.
Ah, right.
Then the doctors put you on different medications.
Some don't care then. Some say, hey, because they're so set in their ways.
Well, it's just like my grandma told me about her mom's friend. Said, I'm going to eat pork until I die, and came over and ate a pork chop and died.
And that's sad business because she was just set in her ways.
Yeah.
So, we appreciate everybody hanging out with us, man. We've blew past our original 30 minutes. We appreciate the extra few minutes that you guys sat and talked with us about forgiveness. What are your thoughts about forgiveness? Did we cover some things that really touch you in a certain regard? Let us know. Comment below, man. Let us know whenever you see this video. We want to hear some feedback from you guys. Let's make sure that we try to do our best with the forgiveness program. There's a lot of progress that is being held back as a result of it. Challenge yourself to look for ways to be forgiven.
Yeah, don't carry your pride till you die.
And don't
until
carry
the person that you want to apologize to die, because we all can take our breath any second, like right now.
Yes.
Like it's that, like it's just like that, you know. So, do not allow pride to hold back progress, because, to be honest, anybody that I know or anybody that I've been around, if we were all working together on the many different projects that I'm a part of, or any new projects that people would like to add to the program that they would like to take seriously, everybody can be living well and eating well and traveling well and whatever else well. There's no need to argue. There's no need to extra be about all these things we need to forgive that's been going on for years.
We'll be too busy enjoying the fruits of the labor.
Yes.
It's so plentiful.
Yeah. So.
Yep. So we appreciate you guys very much. We have new episodes that's going to be coming up. Again, we have new product on endlesscorners.com. Be sure to check out the School of Ubuntu. Let's continue to grow together by checking out new things, new things to eat. There's new animals, nature style things that we discuss on the School of Ubuntu. We want as many people involved with that as possible. We got a new video up right now. We got some new videos in queue. The camel, the poodle moth, different things like that.
And herbs. We're going to be talking about different herbs and their benefits.
Yes. Know what's in your front yard.
Yes.
All right, stop killing that stuff in your front yard because you were taught that it was unsightly.
Your red clover. Stop killing it. That's food. It's medicine.
You're literally killing your blessings. And so we're going to discuss that in some future upcoming webisodes. But guys, as always, we always want to relay and display and send our warmest love to all of you. Even if you don't hear it on a consistent basis, we love you, man.
Right.
As humans, from one human to the next, let's move forward together. If you're alive, if you're awoke, you're looking at this program, we have an opportunity to link up. Let's shake the weird energy. It's not about who's with who. We've talked about those things. We all need each other. Let's not forget it until it's too late, man. All right? So, until we see you guys again.
What's the Ellie?
What's the Ellie, Jack?
Good.
Yeah, it does feel good, don't it? I was finna scream too, but I don't want the people to think I'm too crazy. What's the Ellie, people?
What's
no,
the
we love y'all,
Ellie?
man.
Be well.
Be well.
Mwah.
See you soon.
All
Peace.
right. Peace.